today we have a special guest that is going to be sharing her culture with us and the significance of her culture in Nigeria. So, if you've never known about the Edo, especially the Benin culture in Nigeria, this is the place for you to listen and learn. Make sure you're following me on Instagram by at the Queen Amina. That is DE Queen Amina. And also click follow on Facebook Live at Amina Ode Igujovo. That way you'll be getting all of our notification. Our guest today also have a TV show called Nebo TV on YouTube. And make sure you're following her. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, subscribe to my brand new YouTube channel. It's called Chat Life with Queen Amina. So all the videos are being uploaded into YouTube channel and you can watch us there. Thank you guys so much for joining in today. You make my day every time you come on. Thank you so very much. So we are not going to take much time. We're going to just dive into our story. I would introduce the guest to you and we'll take it away from there. So let me quickly share my video. Oh yeah, as you're coming in, make sure you're sharing the video. If you don't share, we will not be able to get the audience to benefit from this fantastic information that will be coming your way free of charge. You don't have to go to the museum to get all of this information. I understand a lot of people are calling me and say, oh, why are you so happy every day? Well, I am happy every day because I need to keep my mind, my spirit, my soul, my body together. Because what is happening around the world right now is huge and it's bigger than we can understand. So whatever I cannot understand, I let it be. I just let it go. I know it's there. All the information that I need, I already got. How to protect myself, I am doing that. So for me, really, is the fact that I just don't want it to make me lose sleep. This is my whole point. It's gonna come, it's gonna go away. I know it will go away. I know for sure it will go away. So while it's here, I just want to be able to, concentrate and, take life one day at a time. And I am pretty sure a lot of you guys will agree with me that what you cannot change, you got to leave it alone. Just work hard at it and just leave the rest for God. Do what you can, leave the rest for God. So, without much ado, voila, that's our guest. Oh my goodness, you look so beautiful. Can you guys hear her? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you look wonderful. Oh my goodness, I love the. See, I match up with you. Look at that.
Thank you, Piramida.
Thank you so much. Please tell our guests your name, what you do, what you're doing, how you're doing it, and all of it.
Okay. My name is Nepken Obasagie. I live here in Toronto, Canada. I'm the father and the host of Nebo TV Canada. We also have a branch in Nigeria as well. So I'm a custodian of Benin culture in diaspora. I'm well known, especially among the Benin population. Even though I'm in diaspora, I still have my culture woven around me. Woven, when I say woven around me, inside me, everything I do, the way I talk, and everything. So I love Benin
I can
culture.
see that.
I so much love my culture. Benin
We're
culture.
losing you. I think your audio somewhat is static.
You can't hear me. Are you hear me?
Your audio is static.
Oh
Your audio
yes.
is static.
Oh.
I'm hearing you, but it's static.
So what do I do now?
I'm just trying to figure it out. Your audio is static. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Okay, guys, we're having technical difficulties. You guys before. We're going to keep walking through this until we get it perfect. Is she coming back on? I'm going to take her off the screen and let's figure this out a little bit quickly here. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, just go out and come back in again. Go out and come back in. It's static.
Okay, let me do that.
I can hear you, but it's cutting in and out. Hey, we're back on, and hopefully I get my guest back. Yeah, I'm surprised. It was static. It was. Can you see me now?
No, I can see you.
Okay, you're gonna go back and come back in again, guys. Apologize. We're going to do this until we get it. So all right, I'm back on. Yeah, Gladys says, "Oh, I know we're breaking up, so we're trying to fix the audio. We're gonna fix it."
Is it on?
Okay, guys, I am going to just, while we're waiting for our guest to come back on, let me see how I can troubleshoot with her quickly. All right, she's back on. Yay. Can you see me now?
Not really. I
Well,
can see you.
can everybody see both of us? Yeah. Okay, so we're good. You just go ahead. We're good, Nepken. Go ahead.
Oh, I should go ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, my name is Nepken Obasagie. I live here in Toronto, Canada. I'm the founder and host of Nebo TV Canada. We also have a branch in Nigeria. So I'm also a custodian of Benin culture in diaspora. Despite that, I live very far away from my culture, from my homeland, but the culture and tradition of my place still woven around me in diaspora. You can see from my outfit and how I live my life here in diaspora, my culture is very significant, especially in everything that I do. So, according to the Benin people, hello, hello,
Yeah,
you
go
see me?
ahead. Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
According to the Benin people, they said if you are in diaspora, wherever you are in the world, you understand, Benin people will consider ourselves as a leader. Okay,
Okay.
when a child is born in Benin culture, there is one popular quote in Benin that says, "Ara sore do Edo odion, Edo rabi soroma Edo odion," which means wherever you are in the world, even though you visit somebody or somebody visits you, we are considered as the head. Even though I visit somebody in his house or in his place, in his country, I'm considered as the senior, as the head. So it's something that resonates with majority of us or many Benin people, wherever they are in the world.
Won't that be considered as being arrogant? You come to my house and then you tell me
No,
that you are the head.
it's just analogy, you understand? And it
Okay.
doesn't really mean that it's truth, but it's a proverb, a popular proverb in our culture. If I said I'm the head, if I come to your house, I'm the head of your house, would you believe that? You won't
No.
believe that. Like
Yeah, I
you,
wouldn't even let
you
you be the head of my house.
yeah, yes, yeah. So it's a kind of a proverb in our culture. You understand?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting because there are a lot that even we Nigerians don't know
Eh,
about each other's culture. So a show like this is quite important for us to, share to the
yeah.
world, our cultures and, why the differences. Because again, with culture comes difference
Yes,
amongst each
yes,
other.
yes.
So,
Yeah.
just like before we go into deep discussion about the Benin culture, why don't you tell our audience what you're wearing and why, and when can you wear it? Is it an everyday dressing?
Not really everyday outfit, I would say. This bead is very significant in the history of the Benin culture. According to history, this bead originated from Benin Kingdom. So we wear the beads during festival or during marriages,
Okay.
during funerals, when you are celebrating, maybe your parents passed away, somebody prominent person passed away in Benin Kingdom. So we use this bead to decorate our head. But in the monarch, in the Benin Palace, this bead is very symbolic, because the beads, nowadays we have different type of beads. We see people are making like the rubber beads. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? This one right here is the rubber beads, but this one is the real bead. I have this bead for almost 15 years now. So
Okay.
this is the original one. According to the Benin people, they believe that the original beads came from the sea,
Okay.
came from the sea. The Oba that ruled the Benin Kingdom in the 14th, no, in the 15th century,
Mm-hmm.
Oba Eware Ognigan the first,
Mm-hmm.
according to the Benin people, went to the sea to bring the beads. That
Mm-hmm.
is why bead in Benin culture, in the palace, is very symbolic. It's treated as a deity in the palace. You
Oh wow.
understand? And we also have what we call Ogive, that is a festival for beads, whereby the Oba we order the Benin people not to wear beads in the kingdom for certain days, 7 days or 14 days, something like that. That nobody should wear bead because it is time for the Oba to celebrate bead in the palace. At that time, it is only the palace that can wear the bead. You understand?
Okay.
So every citizen of the kingdom are not allowed to wear the bead. That is we call Ogivie. That is festival for the beads. In Benin culture, when they says the Oba gave somebody a bead, what does that mean? What do you think that means in Benin culture?
A blessing, maybe? I don't know.
You're almost there. You're almost there. Can you
Okay,
just guess
somebody
another?
answer that question from the audience. When an Oba, we will know. That's why you're there. So tell us, what does it
When
mean?
when the Oba gives a bead to someone in the kingdom, which means chieftaincy title.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Chieftaincy, yeah, chieftaincy title. They will say, oh, the Oba of Benin gives a bead to somebody in the kingdom, which means chieftaincy title was given to that person. So bead is very significant. Go ahead.
Talk about chieftaincy title. There's a lot of talks around it that is very fetish. Before you get a chieftaincy title, they're gonna kill somebody. They cut off people's head, and I don't know. Like,
Um,
what is it?
Queen
If they,
Amina, if we have to discuss about information about Benin Kingdom, that will take us maybe another 2 hours. It's a long story.
so it's not true.
Yeah, many people believe that Benin Kingdom, the Benin people are very fetish. They look at the monarch as something very, very fetish. Not really. Not really. There is one festival, very popular festival in Benin culture. It's called Igwe Festival. Igwe Festival, for many people who are ignorant of what is going on in the kingdom, they believe that Igwe Festival is a fetish festival. Some people even believe that they use human beings to celebrate Igwe Festival. That is not true at all. That is not true. I did a documentary based on the history of Igwe Festival. Igwe Festival is just like Thanksgiving when the Canadians celebrate Thanksgivings in Canada. In the US, they celebrate Thanksgiving. It's just the same thing as in the Benin Kingdom. We celebrate Igwe festival as Thanksgiving. That is the period of the year where the Benin people will thank their head for protecting them throughout the year, and also pray to their heads that this next year that we are approaching, our head will protect us throughout the year. We will kill, as if you have money, you can kill goats, you can kill chicken, anything, cook, just like the way we celebrate Thanksgiving in Canada. That is how the Benin people celebrate Igwe festival. But
But
people who
Thanksgiving over here is Thanksgiving for my family. I don't know about somebody else, but Thanksgiving is not to my head. Thanksgiving is to God Almighty. So the Benin people, are they thanking their head? I don't understand that.
okay, they thank their head and also thank the Almighty God through their head. You understand? They thank God. Yeah, the Benin people, they cherish their head so much. They believe that you pray to your head to protect you, and also pray to the Almighty God.
It does
But
make sense in some way.
the Benin people, listen, the Benin people, they don't believe in they don't say Jesus Christ. They believe that there is God. There is
All
God.
Benin people,
You said?
every Benin man don't believe in Jesus.
No, I said the Benin people for the festival. No, the Benin people, they believe in religion. Christian religion has been prevailing in Benin Kingdom for a very long time. But I'm talking about the festival, the Igwe
The
festival.
culture. Okay.
Yes, when we are celebrating the Igwe festival, we don't say Jesus Christ, come and protect me. We don't say that at that time. The Igwe festival is very traditional. We pray to Almighty God and our head to protect us. We don't say Jesus Christ, come and protect us. We are celebrating Igwe festival. We don't say that during the festival. But I don't have to tell you that Christianity has been prevailing in the kingdom for a very long time. When it comes
That's
to
correct.
Christianity, the Benin people were the first. I can't say the first, I can't just say the first, but the Benin people are among the first people that experienced the wave of the Portuguese, the Christianity in the kingdom. Okay.
Okay.
Christianity has been prevailing in Benin Kingdom for a very long time, right from in the 15th century. We
Okay.
had Oba in Benin Kingdom, who was a Christian king in the kingdom. That was in the 16th century. You
Okay.
understand
All right,
that? So
please
people,
post, post, share on your wall as you're coming in so that other people can benefit from this great information. Please go ahead.
so some people who are ignorant of the culture. I did one video a few months ago where I told people, I said, look, if you don't know the history of the culture, there's no need of promoting or propagating fake information about Benin culture. You have to study the culture or ask the people, the historians in Benin Kingdom. They will explain to you. People who don't know the history of Benin Kingdom, they believe that everything about the kingdom is very fictitious. Not really, not really. When it comes to Christianity, Benin, we had a Christian king in the 16th century in Benin Kingdom. At that time, how many kings in Africa was, let's say, a Christian king in Africa? Maybe few at that time, but we had one in 16th century. That is how Benin Kingdom has been or embraced Christianity for a very long time. We are
Okay.
not that
So
stupid.
there's a question for you here that
Eh,
says, does that
mm,
mean that the present king
mm.
believe in Christ?
The present king, those who are following this present Oba of Benin, you few was it not few weeks ago, the Oba was reading a Bible in the palace.
Wow.
Check my YouTube channel. You will see the Oba of Benin reading a Bible. Okay.
So reading it, does he believe in it though? That's the
It,
question.
it, it
Does
believes in
he
it.
believe and act it? Because believing is one thing, practicing it is another thing.
Look, the Oba of Benin is a traditionalist. Okay.
Okay.
The Oba of Benin is a traditionalist. He respects the Christianity or Christian religion, while he also adopts his tradition as the Oba of Benin. Okay. He allowed Christians, pastors, to come to the monarch to come and pray. He also visits churches as well. During was it not December period, the Oba of Benin visited one church in Benin City. The video went viral everywhere. The
Okay.
Oba of Benin is a traditionalist. He's not a Christian, but he respects Christian religion.
Okay.
You
But
understand that?
yeah,
If
but
somebody comes to the palace to come and pray for the Oba will allow the person. Many pastors are coming to the palace to do that. The
okay.
Oba reads from the Bible. He reads the Bible, but he's a traditionalist. He's the
Okay.
Oba of Benin. So, but he respects Christianity, any religion in the world. Our Oba respects people's religious belief. Whatever you believe, the Oba is there to support you and embrace you. But the Oba is a traditionalist. He's
Are
not a
you
Christian.
you are a believer, I know that, right? You're a believer,
Mhm.
you trust God and you believe in God.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are
So
many, of which there are many religions in the world. Religions in the
I
world. So
understand, but your faith, you believe in God, you trust God. Does that not scare you that because the Bible says the only way to heaven is through Jesus Christ? I know we didn't
I'm
come to discuss religion today, but I know some people, yeah,
well, I'm not going to the religious part. I'm not here to quote the Bible. Let's just look at the culture, the cultural parts
I
of
respect that.
yeah.
I respect that.
So
There's another question here for you. Oh,
yeah.
okay. So share Queen Amina's culture. We will do that. She's going to explain to you guys what I'm wearing too. What is this? I tried to wear it to match you. So what am I wearing? Thanks, PJ, who was for that question though, but I don't know. I think it's something from where she
It,
comes from. So
it said what? What question was
what
that?
am I wearing? They want to know like what.
Okay, you explain what you are wearing. You are wearing beaded necklace.
Yes, beaded like the one they do with like a blouse. So it's
Yeah,
beads like yours, but tiny beads made of very, very tiny beads.
yeah. I think women wear that beaded necklace. It's like a blouse. It's like a
Okay.
blouse. So
Yeah.
women wear that necklace during festivals, like marriages, ceremonies
Okay.
in Benin Kingdom. Yes.
Okay. And you brought other stuff too in regards to beads and some other stuff to share with us.
I have beads here, like what I said before. These
Okay.
beads, this ones, these ones are the original beads.
Okay.
The
Are they
original beads.
stones? Are they stones?
It's like it's like stones. They are different from this. This one I'm wearing. This one is rubber bead.
Okay.
Rubber.
Okay.
This
I
rubber.
can see
So
that. Yeah.
yes, this one you can see. This one is rubber beads. Why
Okay.
this one? This one is the real bead.
Okay. How
Can you see?
expensive? How expensive?
In the palace, for instance, when you see the upper wives, they wear the real beads.
Okay. Okay.
They wear
That's
the real beads. The real beads are more expensive for sure. They are more expensive than the rubber beads.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And the beads are traditional, they're very cultural, very significant.
And
Um,
in the palace, one thing, the women, the wives of the Oba, they wear different hairstyles based on their position in the palace. The
okay.
mother, the mother of the crown prince wears different style of the
Okay.
beaded hair because have you seen the wives of this current Oba of Benin?
Yes, I saw their pictures. Very pretty. But I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
are.
the difference.
Oh, okay. According to the Benin culture and tradition, the wives of the Oba, each every one of them has a unique title in the palace. We have Esonerie. Esonerie, she's like the head of the women in the palace. We
Okay.
also have the mother of the crown prince, that is the queen mother. So
Okay.
they wear the beads based on their positions in the
Ah,
palace. Yes,
wow.
the mother of the crown prince, that is the queen mother, she wears a very very unique style. Like
Wow.
her style is always different from other women because she's the queen mother, the mother of the crown prince. Why the Eastern area? But sometimes the mother of the crown prince can also be a son area. Depend. Sometimes not, but sometimes yes. So the son area also has her own unique hairstyle in the palace. So all of them they have different titles in the palace with different hairstyles.
Okay. Gladys Ezo said that the real bead is called Ekan or something like
I
that.
can't.
Yeah, Ekan. And then somebody else is saying our culture is superior to religion. Okay. Okay.
Like
Okay.
that
And then
question must be coming from a Benin person.
okay, okay. As a Benin woman, I would have advised you to do your program with Edo language. Well, it's not her program. Eche, she's just a guest on the program. If you want to hear Benin language
Yeah.
on her program, she has a TV show, Nebo TV, and you can catch her live on YouTube or uploaded videos that you can listen to there. All right. So thank you so much for that advice. Next time, maybe we'll do this in Bini language and then we have somebody interpreting when we get more technical.
Mm.
But today, we are not that technical yet. So we're a work in progress. Yay. We're getting better every day. So PJ is still saying, if I may ask, are you guys just chatting or you are going to be talking? Or I can't see the last thing that he wrote. Yes, yes, yes. Our platform is just chatting with informations that you can pick up from there and help yourself. We have something every day that is going on. So today we're talking about the Bini culture, the
Me
significance
culture.
of Bini culture in
in
Nigeria. So before we get into that, we're just introducing the bead that she's wearing, where they are made, why she's wearing them, and then we're going to go into the significance of the Bini culture in Nigeria. So what was that you just showed us?
this Idia mask. Idia
Okay.
mask. We're gonna come to that later, not now.
No, just tell us about it. You already showed it. What is it?
Okay, Idia mask is very symbolic in the history of the Great Benin Kingdom. Like I can't go more in detail about the history of Queen Idia. Queen Idia was the first woman that fought a war in Benin Kingdom during the 16th century. 16th century. So during that time, um, before the British people or the Europeans introduced the so-called education, Western education, to that part of the world. At that time, Benin was called Benin Empire in the 16th century. Not until Nigeria as a country was created in the 20th century, Benin was known as Benin Empire. At that time, the Benin people, the way of preserving history was through artwork. Any event happened in the kingdom, if any Oba sojourned to the land of his ancestors, they use artwork to commemorate the Oba or the events that happened in the kingdom. So those artworks were all in the Oba palace. Queen India, because of the sacrifice she made in the kingdom, they also created uh, artifacts like this
Okay.
to commemorate Queen India for being the first woman that fought a war in the kingdom in the 16th century. So
Okay.
during the British invasion, when the British people invaded Benin Kingdom in 1897, 1897, many people know about this history. When the British people invaded Benin Kingdom, they took our Oba at that time, Oba Ovorame, to exile in Calabar. And many of the artifacts that were in the palace, British armies stole almost, according to the Benin people, more than 3,000 artifacts were stolen by the British armies.
Hmm.
Today, today in Britain, those artifacts are exhibited in their museum, and the British government is generating billions of pounds from Benin artifacts.
So why don't we take it back? Why don't the Bini people go fight for it and get it back?
They have been negotiating. We don't want war. What? The British people came before to fight war against the Benin Kingdom. So we are in modern war world. We don't want to fight war between the British and the Benin again. But the Benin people have been negotiating for their artifacts to be returned back to Benin. Some of the artifacts feel like 1% of the artifacts were returned back to Benin. All right,
Okay.
but majority of the artifacts are still there in the UK, and the government is generating a lot of money from Benin artifacts. What happened in 1977 when the Nigerian government, when Nigeria were preparing to host the second World Black Festival? Is
Mhm.
called Festac. Festac.
Mhm.
Many people, I think you know
I know
about Festac
Festa.
festival.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
Festa in
So
Nigeria. Yes.
in Nigeria, it was held in 1977. Before the festival, the federal government decided to send some Nigerians, including Ebohon. Ebohon is a priest in Benin Kingdom. So I
Okay.
interviewed him a few years ago when I went to Benin in 2018. I interviewed Ebohon. He told me the story behind this Idia mask. What happened during the festival? So when Nigeria was preparing for this festival, Festac,
Mm-hmm,
so they
mm-hmm.
sent four of them, including Ebohon, to Britain to return one of the Idia masks that were stolen during the British and Benin War. You understand? So
Okay.
when they got to Britain, the British people told them that Nigerian government should pay £2 million to
Whoa.
borrow the Idia mask because they wanted to use the Idia mask as an emblem, as a symbol of the cultural festival in 1977. But the British people said Nigerian government should pay £2 million in order to borrow only one Idia mask like this.
But the mask was for them.
This Indian mask belongs to the Benin Kingdom, stolen by the British people in 1897 during the war. So
Hmm.
right now, Britain that stole Benin artifacts from Nigeria, they are demanding £2 million to borrow Nigeria their own artifacts. Is that not
That is
funny?
that is very, very strange. So what is the Benin Kingdom going to do about this, or nothing? They're just gonna
Uh,
pay the money?
I will go, we'll get to there. Let me explain about what happened later on. So
Okay.
the people they came back to Nigeria telling the government that the Britain is demanding for £2 million in order to allow only one Indian mask to be used for the festival. So Nigerian government don't have choice because they really want the Indian mask to represent the symbol of the
It's the
festival.
Festa festival, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Nigerian government gave them £2 million, £2 million.
Oh,
So they went back to Britain. You know what they told them? They said, "I'm sorry, even though you guys brought £2 million, but we don't want these artifacts to travel out of the UK because it's too old."
what?
Can you believe that? So they came back to Nigeria. They were angry. They were really angry. What are you talking about? You guys stole our artifacts. Now you are telling us to bring £2 million, and we provided £2 million. Still, they said the artifacts, they are too old. They don't want them to travel out of UK. So they came back to Nigeria. You know that Benin, we are the heart of culture. Benin people
Mhm.
are the ones creating artifacts. You understand? That is their tradition. So
Okay.
they went to Igun Street. There was at that time there was one man, one artist, Benin artist. He's very popular at that time. He crafted exactly the same India mask like this for the Nigerian government. His name is Ogeva Emokpon.
Okay.
So he crafted exactly that same India mask that they wanted to bring from the UK. He crafted the same thing for the federal government to celebrate the Festac Festival in 1977. Till date, this India mask is very significant in the history of
Of
Nigerian culture.
Nigeria.
When
Okay.
you go to Festac in Lagos, the India mask is standing very bold there
Yes.
in
I've
Lagos.
seen that. Yes.
Yes, that is the significance of India mask in Benin, in Nigeria.
Queen Idia was a warrior, just like Queen Amina of Zozo. Somebody just posted that.
Exactly. Yes, exactly like yes, Queen Amina as well. Those who
Okay.
knows about the Queen Amina history, the same thing as Queen Idia. Queen Idia was the first woman that fought a war in that part of Africa during that time in the
And
16th
won.
century. She
And
won
won.
the war. It
Yes.
was it was a war, Benin Ida war. The Ida people brought war to Benin Kingdom at that time.
Okay. And then somebody else is saying, Africans has been oppressed for too long. I totally agree with that. And we are still being oppressed right now. I watched a video yesterday that was really, really mind boggling for me. How the Chinese people, I know the video has been flying around. I just didn't want to look at it. But yesterday I just clicked on it just to look at it, how the Chinese people have been driving out the Africans from their homes and hotels and
Yes,
abusing
yes.
them and keeping them homeless. Africans have been abused for so long everywhere in
Long
the world.
time.
And yet we are so welcoming. We invite these people to our country just for them to come and take over. Like why do we keep doing that? From before me and you were born, our grandfathers, great grandfathers, our ancestors keep inviting the Western world to our country. And then when they come, they do nothing but take from us and enslave us to their own beliefs. That is going to stop. I
Mo-
totally agree with you, my dear.
Mostly
And
the British people. The British people, oh my God, not just only the Benin Kingdom, they did so much atrocity to
everywhere in Nigeria,
many indigenous people all over the world, not
all over
just
the
the
world,
Benin people.
not just
Yes,
Africa. You're right.
not just Africa, even the Aboriginal people here in Canada. It's like a scars that they are still carrying with them to date. The
That's correct.
Aboriginal people, yes, it's a
That's
scar.
correct. But
So, so,
go
huh?
ahead. Go ahead.
So that is what happened between the Nigerian government and India Mask, the British and the Britain during the Festac festival in 1977. I think everybody should study this history. Everybody
Absolutely.
should study this history of India Mask, the negotiation between the federal government of Nigeria and the Britain during the festival.
Okay. So when you
Clearly,
started, thank you so much for sharing that beautiful story with us. I never knew these things, because again, sometimes you're just so complacent with, things that you grew up with around you
yeah,
that you don't respect it anymore. So reinforcing and just telling this story just lightens up a lot of things. When you
yeah,
started, you said you believe so much in the Benin culture, and that
yes,
is where you were raised. So you living
yes.
in Canada now, and you're still, promoting a lot of the Benin culture.
Like,
Do you
yes.
promote Benin culture to your son that lives here? I know you have a son. So
Oh,
do you do you promote the culture to him?
yes, yes. Like I said before, that even though I live in diaspora, I've spent most of my lifetime in the West, but that my culture is still woven around me every day. My son is learning from me every day. Even as I'm talking right now, he's listening. I remember one day, you know what happened? He came back from school. He said, "Mom, today's topic was about the British people, how they." By the way, I'm hearing you right now. Don't make noise now. He said, "You know what? Today's topic in school was about the British people, how they dominated many indigenous people all over the world. And the British people did a lot of atrocities to people." He said, "I even told my teacher that the British people invaded Benin Kingdom in 1897 and stole artifacts from the Benin Palace." Oh my God, I was so surprised, Amina. I said, which means this child is listening to me every day when I'm documenting the history of Benin. He told the teacher,
They
he told
always
the,
say that we are the models that our children learn every day. So it's super
yes,
important.
they
Yeah.
emulate us. Yes. So
That's true.
my, yes,
There's a question. Sorry to cut you. It says the first question is coming from Manu Mac. He said, "Can we please know more about Queen Idia?"
oh, that to know more about Queen Lydia, that would be a full show. Then I will explain what happened, the relationship between the Benin Kingdom and the Portuguese
Okay.
during the 15th, 16th century.
Just tell us a little summary about her. Who is she? Who is Queen Idia?
Okay, Queen Lydia was the wife of Oba Ozolwa.
Okay.
She was the wife of the Oba in the
Okay.
16th in the 16th century.
Okay.
So during the time Queen, I think it was during the time of Queen that the Benin people stopped the idea of burying the Oba wives. That is the mother of the crown prince along with the Oba. Prior to the time of Queen Idia, any mother of the crown prince will be buried along with the Oba. Whenever the Oba sojourn to the land of his ancestor, the wife, that is the mother of the crown prince, will be buried. It was a tradition at that time.
Wow.
But during the time of Queen Idia, the tradition was reformed. What happened? When Oba Oswalwa joined his ancestors, the crown prince was Esige, Oba Esige. The crown prince told the Benin people that never, I will never allow you people to bury my mother with my father. It will never happen.
Wow.
So yeah, he said it will never. But the Benin people, they were saying, trying to resist the crown prince. He said never. He hid his mother in somewhere outside Benin, just for the Benin people not to bury his mother along with the Oba. So
Okay.
after that, Queen India became the first mother of the crown prince that lived. So
Wow.
Oba Esige was the Oba who reformed that tradition or the practices of burying the mother of the crown prince along with the Oba. So that is one other story about Queen India. The other one, so during the reign of his son Oba Esige, the Ida people, I don't want to go more in detail what happened, what led to the war between the Ida people and the Benin people. Is a long story. If we have to discuss about that, it will be a full show. But
And
to cut the whole,
Google is a good resource, a place to go
no,
to
I
learn
have
history.
it. When you go to tell them, tell your audience, people who are watching, you can
They're
just
hearing you.
go. Okay, go to Nebo TV YouTube channel. The full history of Queen India is there.
Okay.
Okay,
So
we
at
have we
Nebo
have the
TV on YouTube channel,
yes.
Manu, you can learn more about Queen Idia from there.
Mm,
Um,
yes.
Ade Edo Edopolo is saying that Africans don't love themselves. Imagine the British and Benin War. 250 black people fought along to with
Yes,
British. Uh,
yes,
hold
yes,
on, let me finish. Where is it? With British to war with Benin, but now all the glory is given to the British. Well, of course, the glory will be given to the British people, of course, because again,
yeah,
it's something that goes around all the
mm,
time, right? All
mm,
right. So our
yeah,
next question is
yeah. Let me just add a little bit of information to that.
okay.
During the British Benin War, the British people used Nigerian armies to fight the Benin people.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
the Calabas, the Yorubas, especially the Yorubas, to fight the Benin people because they didn't bring many armies from their country, so they used the Nigeria. At that time, that part of the world was not called Nigeria, like what I said before. Nigeria as a country was created in the 20th century. We
Yeah.
gained our independence in 1960. So
Yeah.
during the time of British and Benin War, the Benin Kingdom was referred to as the Benin Empire at that time.
Mhm.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for that information. And the person said thank you. So I'm sure he answered their question. So our next question is uh, in 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 Britain, we have a queen. Can a woman become a queen again? Oba in Benin culture.
Oh, okay. That is a very good question. Very, very good question. Benin Kingdom is the second oldest surviving monarch in the world. The
Wow.
first
Okay.
the first oldest surviving monarch will be the Queen of England. You understand, the monarch in England, and the second is the Great Benin Kingdom. Okay,
Okay.
so the Benin Kingdom um, is adopting what we call the primogenation system of monarch. I will define that. Some people don't know the definition. Primogenation system of monarch is the process whereby the heir apparent to the throne is the first male child of a sitting Oba. Primo is the first, is a kind of a Spanish language. Primo in Spanish is first. But in Benin, the primogeniture system of Benin is different from that of England.
Okay.
The one of Benin is the first male child, not the first child, but the first male child
Male
of a
child.
city. Yes, the first male child of a city Oba is the heir apparent to the throne. Okay, so why a female cannot become the Oba of Benin? Hmm? According to Benin history, the Benin kingdom has spanned two dynasties, the
Okay.
Ogiso dynasty and the
Okay.
current Oba dynasty.
Okay.
Okay, during the Ogiso dynasty, according to Benin historians, the kingdom experienced two females that ruled the kingdom during that period. However, this Oba dynasty, we have never had any female as the Oba of Benin. However, a woman called Princess Ideleyo almost became the Oba of Benin in the 16th century. No, in the 15th century. She almost became the Oba of Benin in the 16th century. No, in the 15th century. Something
Okay.
happened just because of the female attributes. She was not able to rule the Benin kingdom. Something happened. I'm going to explain why the Benin people made a law to restrict female from becoming the Oba of Benin. They made a law. Okay. So Princess Idelayo was the daughter of Oba Eware Ogirigan the first. You know that we have this current Oba is also called Oba Eware the second.
Okay.
And
Yes.
we had Oba Eware the first in the 1400. Oba Eware the first ruled the Benin kingdom between 1440 to 1473. So Oba Eware the first had three children, three boys, male children, three male children before he sojourns to the land of his ancestors. So according to the law of primogeniture, the heir apparent, like what I said before, the heir apparent to the throne is the first male child of the Oba. So when the Oba sojourns to the land of his ancestor, the first male child of Oba Ewari ascended the throne. He was called Oba Ezoti. However, Oba Ezoti short-lived. He only survived the throne for only 14 days. He joined his ancestor. So the Obaship went to the next surviving son, Okpame. However, during this period, the Benin people had banished Okpame from the kingdom because they said he was exhibiting a kind of deviant behavior in the kingdom. They banished him away before Ezoti even passed away. You understand? So
Okay.
right now, who is going to be the Oba of Benin? And the Benin people, they said never. They will never allow Okpame to become the Oba of Benin because he's too wicked. They said he committed atrocity in the land. That's why they banish him. They don't want him to become the Oba of Benin. And according to the law of primogeniture, Okpame is supposed to be the Oba of Benin after uh, Ezoti sojourned to the land of his ancestors. So what happened? They said instead of bringing Okpame back to Benin Kingdom again, they will crown the youngest, the young because Oba Ewari had three male children. So they said they will crown the youngest male child, Olua. So they told Olua, say right now, you have to take the mantle of leadership. But Olua was scared. He said, but according to the law of primogeniture, Okpame is supposed to be crowned as the Oba of Benin, not him, because he is the youngest, and Okpame is still alive. In accordance to the law of primogeniture, the youngest, since Okpame is still alive, he is not supposed to be the Oba of Benin. He refused the offer. He said, no, I don't want to. Because he was scared. He believed that the brother might come and attack him for usurping the throne. You understand? For usurping, he was scared that the brother might just come and kill him. So he refused the mantle of leadership. Oh my God. So right now, the Benin people, they were confused. The kingdom was engulfed with confusion because they don't know what to do. Who's going to be but they don't want Okpame to become the Oba of Benin because they already rejected him. You know what they did? Oba Eware had female children. You understand? So they decided to crown Princess Ideleyo, the first surviving female of Oba Ewari. You understand? That is what you believe for them. It was a drastic decision that right now we have to crown this lady as the Oba of Benin. So they conducted the ceremony, because when it comes to the ceremony, the coronation of Benin Kingdom, it's not an easy ceremony. You understand? It has to do with many rites, sacrifice, and everything. How many days, setting 14 or how many days for them to celebrate or to conduct the ceremony. So
Wow.
something happened at the last day of the ceremony. Something unusual happened. You understand? The ceremony went smoothly. Ceremony went smoothly. But the last day of the ceremony, something unusual happened.
Hmm.
Princess Ideleyo was experiencing her menstruation.
Oh.
So, it's forbidden. It's
Oh.
forbidden for a female to be experiencing her menstruation during that type of ceremony that is very, very cultural, deeply rooted in the culture of the people. And during that period, in Benin Kingdom, if a woman is experiencing her menstruation, she's not allowed to cook for her husband. She's not even allowed to treat her own deity. You understand? It's forbidden. It is not just only in Benin Kingdom. I think this type is practiced in many cultures in Africa,
Okay.
not just only in Benin Kingdom. So Princess Ideleyo was experiencing her menstruation. They stop that is they have Noe, the king makers at that time. They decided to stop the ceremony, to wait for her, so that the menstruation will finish before they will continue with the ceremony again. Unfortunately, something unusual happened. She was infected with incurable disease. Could you believe that Princess Ideleyo menstruation didn't stop until she died?
Wow.
So they waited. The menstruation didn't stop, and she was sick. She was seriously sick. The Benin people, the Hamenoe, they call them the Hamenoe. They were called the king makers at that time. So
Hmm.
they made a law to prohibit female from becoming the Oba of Benin. You know what happened? Princess Ideleyo died from the complication of the infection. Her menstruation didn't stop until she passed away. So the Benin people, they were afraid that they don't know if because of the ceremony that led to the issue of menstruation that led to her death. So they were scared. Because of that, they made a
A
law
lot.
to prohibit female from becoming the Oba of Benin.
Wow. That is
That is
quite
why
an interesting story. Oh my goodness. Free of charge too. Thank you so much for that wonderful narrative. Next week, Saturday, guess what we're having? We're going to be doing cultural days on Saturday. We're actually having someone from the Calabar area that is coming to tell us about the history of a village in Calabar that is called, that they have the husband and the wife languages. So the husband speaks a different language, it's called husband language, and the wife has a different language called wife language. And both of them are not allowed to speak each other's language. So that would be quite an interesting thing for us to listen to. Thank you so much, Nekbem. This is wonderful. Like seriously,
is there
I
any question? Any question from the audience?
yes, yes. That all the questions have been given to you came from the audience. All the questions coming for you is from the audience. So, guys, if you have more questions before I let her go, please throw it in. Some argument is going on there. It says one guy said it's not the Chinese people. Guys, I'm getting old, so I need to wear my glasses. Someone said it's not the Chinese people, it's not the British people, it's the Chinese people. And then PJ said, Chinese virus, Chinese have nothing doing in the healthy discussion, bro. Oh, well, we're not going to go into no complication. We're here to have fun and just learn about the Benin culture today. Somebody's asking, Manu says, please, what are the two names of the two females that ruled during the Ogioso dynasty?
Oh yes, I have their names in my book here, but I can't
Okay.
really remember their names.
Okay.
Two females, yeah, two
Yeah, you
females.
can
I
send
call
that
you.
to me and I would forward it to him.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes, I was. Yes, I have
Okay.
their names. I have their names with me.
Okay, Manu, we're gonna send you that respond later once she gets it. So, any other question from the audience before I let her go? Before I let you go, you were supposed to sing in Bini language for us.
Oh my God. Okay, let me go. Let me just go with this. Orowotama imyaka yagwa etsarowota yeno. Orowotama imyaka yagwa etsarowota auye. Nizae wukpo wukpi baginae ibukwa norogo agbamegbe wowo yeno. Eta o orowota. Orowoto maimyaka yagwa atarowoto oh yeah.
That was so beautiful. Oh my goodness. So what's the meaning? I see emojis from people are dancing already. Helen Ruben is dancing. What's the meaning of what you just sang? What is the meaning?
Oh, okay, like if somebody is really suffering, the somebody who is experiencing predicament in his or her life, and the person is singing deeply from her soul that I don't have any clothes on. You understand? I don't have any clothes on. Look at me. I'm naked, which means I'm suffering. I'm experiencing a predicament in my life.
Okay. That's a
Yeah.
good song for this time. Bros Jeff, say thank me too. Yes, thank you, Bros Jeff. And he would like to know the names of the two females also. I would send that to you guys. I'll post it once she send it to me, or I'll research it and send that to you. Any other thing? What is your final message for us, for people that don't know where is Bini culture? Why are we talking about Bini culture? What is your final message to them before I let you go?
For those who don't know anything about Benin culture,
Yeah, they're listening to us right now. Why are we talking about Bini culture when we're supposed to be talking about COVID-19?
oh, we are discussing. Yeah, Benin culture is very rich, very, very rich, and the Benin monarch is playing a major role in defining the greatness of Edo State.
Okay.
So when this current Oba of Benin ascended the throne of his forefathers in 2016, the first thing he did, he made a proclamation to ban the so-called CDA that was causing menace in Edo State. In Benin Kingdom, our Oba is very powerful. I don't know about any other traditional rulers in Nigeria, but from the lens of my own kingdom, Benin Kingdom, the Oba is very powerful. The people respect the Oba of Benin more than the government.
Wow.
Okay, some people don't care so much about the culture and tradition. Depend on where you are from. But where I am from, Nigeria, Edo State, the Oba of Benin is very powerful. Oba of Benin made a proclamation to ban the so-called CDA prior to the reign of Oba Eware Ogidigan II. In Benin City, when you buy a land, within few months somebody will come, CDA members, they will jeopardize whatever land you bought for yourself, they will sell it to somebody else. You understand? Sometimes when you are building your house, they will come there to come and make some troubles, fight people, demand for money. They arrogated so much power to themselves. The members of CDA is called Community Development Association.
Hmm.
So this thing was causing too much menace in the state. But when the Oba came into power, he made a proclamation to ban CDA. Today in Benin, you don't hear about CDA anymore. Nobody will disturb you when you are building your house. That is how powerful. the Oba of Benin is. So if people say that culture really don't matter so much in this our modern world, I just look at it, depend on where you are from. From my own Benin perspective, the Oba of Benin is playing a major role in managing the states. The Oba of Benin brought this issue of CDA to the government. You know what happened? The governor of the state brought this a bill to the house. They approve, and today in Edo State is a constitutional law that CDA cannot are prohibited to operate in the state.
Hmm.
Oba made a proclamation, the governor, working with the governor, it became a bill. They passed the bill in the the House of Assembly, and it became a constitutional law in the state. How good is that? The
It's very good.
The Oba of Benin was the only person that was able to stop prostitution in Europe among the Benin people.
Wow. That's a
How good
big,
is that?
huge achievement. That's a big,
How
huge.
good is that? There are a lot of things that the Oba is doing in Benin Kingdom, in Edo State. So the Oba of Benin, the culture, when you look at it, is the culture. The Oba is rooted in the culture, and the Oba is supporting the state governor to manage the states, reducing crime and social ills in the state as well, like prostitution, the CDA, like what I just mentioned, and all that. The Oba is doing a lot in impacting the state. So what do you think?
That is super good. There's one more question for you that just came in, but before then, Osaze, thank you so much. Osaze posted the two names of the female
Uh-huh.
Ogiso,
Okay,
Ogiso
thank you.
Emose and
Mhm.
Ogiso Ororo.
Okay.
Is that correct?
I'm not sure. I have to check my book.
Okay,
I
no
have a
problem. So
I have a
somebody wants to know what ended Ogiso's dynasty. Is that something you want to go into right now?
uh these people now, you guys want to kill me. Okay.
I guess we're interested in the question in the story. So,
The story is a long one. It's a very broad story.
so
The
can we save that for another time when you come in? Then,
Yeah, the Ogiso dynasty extended to the Oba dynasty. Yes. The Benin Kingdom had a interregnum, what the historians call interregnum. Let's just save this for another time.
okay, and
The history of Ogiso dynasty extended to the Oba dynasty has to do with the Yoruba people, the Ododuwa,
okay,
and the Oromiya history. Please, I will advise the audience to check my YouTube channel.
okay,
We have the documentary right there. We have like two or three documentaries based on the history of Ododuwa, how the Ogiso dynasty extended to the Oba dynasty.
okay.
I
So
have
Manu was asking how did the name Edo come about, and Osaze responded to it. He says, the
Oba
name Edo was a name of a man who paid a huge sacrifice to Oba Eware
February the
first,
first.
and
Yes,
he died in the process, and the Oba changed the name from Ubini to
to
Edo.
Edo. Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'm learning
That's
so much too.
yes. Oba
Thank you.
Ewari.
Go ahead.
For the Benin people, Oba Eware the first. The Benin people regard Oba Eware the first as the yardstick to measure any Oba of Benin, both in prestige and in achievements. So there's a popular quote in Benin that says, Egbe Ware Agioba se. Oba Eware the first was a conqueror. He conquered 201 villages and expanded the kingdom to an empire. He was a great Oba. So this our current Oba of Benin is believed to be the reincarnate of Oba Eware the first. That is
Oh,
why he took the name Oba Eware the second. In Benin Kingdom, we believe in the reincarnation of the soul. So this current Oba is believed to be the reincarnate of Oba Eware the First, who ruled the Benin Kingdom in the 1400.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Nekwe. I know we've gone past our 1 hour section, but thank you so much for your time. Truly appreciate the stories and the facts that you pulled up, your beautiful singing and your beads and everything. So thank you so much, guys. Again, please check out our YouTube channel at Nebo TV, and also follow us and join us on at 7 p.m. on Instagram, Isokem official Isokem IB. She is talking with producers and filmmakers and entertainment people. So if you want to get tips on what to do, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, please join her official IB Isokem and follow me on Instagram, the Queen Amina. Like. Thank you so much, Nekben. God bless you. Thank you.
Amen.
And
You too.
hopefully we'll
Thank you,
see you
Queen.
again.
Queen Amina, I would like to thank you for what you are doing. You are a lovely woman, blessed
Thank
woman. I love you so much. You are the best.
you.
Continue to do what you are doing with your good heart. You are the best. Just you are the best. Okay.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. God,
Thank
God
you
bless
so
you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, that was the end of our show today. Tomorrow, guess what we are having? We're having a pastor on a hot seat. So every questions that you have in the Bible that you cannot ask in a regular church service, join us tomorrow live and bring the questions and the pastor will answer. So every Sunday we have what is called Church Without Walls. So where you can ask any question that you want according to the Bible that you are being preached to or you study. So bring in your questions for tomorrow, same time, 2 p.m. On Monday is our motivational Monday. We're going to be bringing coaches, business tycoons, business gurus, Mondays and Tuesdays. Wednesday is going to be our Children's Day where we hear from our children. Thursday is our Mother's Day or Father's Day, single mothers, single fathers, business, mixed up. Friday is our fun Friday where we have music. We have live performance. Go watch yesterday's video, live concert from across the world. We're bringing our next musician next Friday is all the way from Tanzania. So he's going to be performing live for us some sweet Swahili songs. And then we are going to have our cultural day next week, Saturday, again, just like this, talking about the culture in Calabar. So if you want to be on our show, please inbox me or send me a WhatsApp message. My number is rolling there is 403-390-0377. Or if you have a show idea, just inbox me or text me and we would bring it out and make it happen. If you have information you want us to put up on our show, by all means, send me a message. Go share the video, follow, click like, just like our page, follow us. That way we are excited and we keep bringing you all these goodies as a distraction from fear of the COVID-19. Again, my love to all the frontline workers. My love to you all. Thank you for joining us. See you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Don't miss out.